everybody, welcome to J&S Farms, and today I am continuing my So You Want to Homestead series, and this is going to be video number 9, and I'm going to be talking about money today. Specifically, making money from your homestead. Okay, so my first bit of advice is going to be, you probably need to decide before you even get into any of it, whether you want your homestead to just pay for itself, or do you want to make an income from your homestead. Either option is great. You just need to decide what you're wanting to do and where you're wanting to go with your homestead before you kind of dive in. And the next thing I would probably look into is your state and local laws. You don't want to start into something thinking it's going to be a nice business and then find out later on, after you've invested in it, that you can't do it. So I would definitely check the laws in regards to whatever it is that you decide. Okay. Next, I would probably just look around and see what you already have when you're trying to get started. Look at each enterprise, and when I say enterprise, I mean your chickens or your goats or your garden. Look around and see what you already have to get you started and grow from there. Now, the next thing I've done myself, we make a small, modest income here from the homestead. So I went ahead and did the business strategy towards it. So the next thing I'm going to recommend is writing a mission statement. Now, a mission statement can be as long as a paragraph or two, or it could be as short as a sentence. But what a mission statement is you're writing down your values, what you want your farm to be, and it's really just so you don't lose track of what your initial thoughts were on what you wanted your homestead to become. Because if you write them down and you can see them, it can always remind you, if you're having a bad day or you're wondering, why am I doing this? It can always remind you as to why you started doing it in the first place. So a mission statement is a really great thing to have. Okay. Oh, and also a mission statement, sorry. A mission statement also kind of outlines what you will and will not be willing to do on your homestead. And that's in reference to, how you're going to treat your animals, or how you're going to grow your produce, and different things like that. Whether you want to do the conventional route or you want to do the organic route. That just kind of, when you start, that's what your goal was, and you can always look back on it later. So anyway, next, you want to set your goals. You want to set short-term goals. Now, what I did was I set some 6-month goals and 1-year goals as my short-term goals. Things I wanted to get accomplished. I certainly didn't get them all in there, but that's okay. They just stayed on there, and they eventually got done. So, and then you need to look kind of into the future of what your long-term goals are going to be, so you can start working towards them, and then eventually get there. I wrote down 5 and 10-year goals whenever I made my goals for kind of the homestead here. And you always, every 6 months, I do revisit my goals just to make sure I'm on track to where I want to go. So you can revisit them as often as you like, or just once a year, or you may not even visit them again. So anyway, it's always nice to kind of revisit and see where you're at. Okay, next thing I would recommend is to go ahead and write a business plan, kind of outlining the steps that you probably need to take in order to get your produce or your enterprise to the next step, so you can earn money from it. And it just outlines kind of what you need to do with each thing. And these are some of the ones that I used. There's certainly many more ways that you can go about this, but this is just kind of how I did it. So one was I looked at my initial startup costs and figured out what I needed and what it was going to cost me. What were the labor needs of each enterprise? And you kind of need to know that, because if it takes 2 people to do something, you're going to need to know who that second person's going to be. So know the labor it's going to take to do that enterprise. You need to know what your infrastructure needs are, meaning if you say you get goats, you need to know what you need to properly take care of those goats and make them happy, so you can, in the end, make some money from them. You need to outline your production plan. What are you going to grow? What are you going to raise? And just kind of know, I can't think of the word. Just kind of know what you're going to offer for sale. You need to look into marketing. Who is your target market? That's really important, because if you have all of this, all these things to sell and nobody to sell it to, you're kind of in trouble. So, anyway, marketing. Work on marketing. Get your name out there. Let everybody know what you have. Start a YouTube channel, or a Facebook page is really great. Craigslist is always great. So know your target market and try to, as you go, learn, hey, I only need this much, otherwise I'm really kind of wasting my time and money. So you can kind of gauge as to how much to produce every year. And that's not always a given thing either. So just kind of watch how everything is doing that year, and kind of gauge from one year to the next how much you're going to need of each thing. Pricing. This was by far the hardest thing for me. I didn't want to feel like I was cheating people, but yet I still needed to make a profit. So excellent records come in handy when you're pricing. So record keeping is very important. Make sure you're making a profit, unless what you're doing is something of a hobby, and that you don't really care if you make money off of it or not. But if you're trying to run a business, price your products where you make a living wage. And if it comes out to where that's not going to be possible, try to find ways to make it possible, or just do something different. And then the last one I have here is distributing. Know how you're going to get your product to market, however you want to market it. There's farmers markets, like I said earlier, Craigslist. Have people come have a farm stand on your property. Different things like that. All right. My next bit of advice is to grow slowly. Don't put all of your eggs into one basket. What I mean by that is, don't grow one part of your farm and say that part of your farm doesn't work out that year. Well, you don't have anything else to fall back on that's making you some money. Diversify your farm. The more small little businesses, I guess, like chickens or goats or whatever, The more small things you have making you a profit, the better off you'll be. Don't just collect all of your income from one single entity. And that's kind of all I've got. Just really, when things kind of get tough and you ask yourself, why am I doing this? Just kind of go back and rethink why you are doing that. And kind of look at, the future. Kind of dream a little bit. So, I know sometimes it gets a little hard to stay focused, and really just keep on, and you will work through whatever difficulty that you're having. So, anyway, I am working on a series of another 5 videos, and I am going to highlight some of the things that I have thought of to make money on my homestead. So I will kind of I'm breaking them up so that it's not like an hour-long video. But there's going to be a few more videos, and it's going to be connected to this video. So anyway, and they're just going to be revenue income ideas. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. And any questions, feel free, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.